Here's how I allocate. My energy on a job. 70% goes.
Is that Navia over there? Oh, it's been a while. Let's go say hi. Hey, Navia! What you up to? Shh.
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out.
Wait!
Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia? Huh. So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still...
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Fermont can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Philmont can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have work to do!
Wow, what a horrible person!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again. Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel de Boer. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely even talk properly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out?
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage. Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan.
Paimon will join you, 'cause this is kinda all Paimon's fault.
Guys, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
All right. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
A little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's his story.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find... Escoffier?
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
So, who is this Escoffier, anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de...
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell...
Well, apparently, but none of the chefs had any...
The Fortress of Mirapede?
Well, Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still...
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well, about that...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove! You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom! What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out.
Yes, chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting.
Yes, chef.
Excuse us.
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy.
Oh, no, we're not.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Bo-
I guess I'll be heading...
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's
Oh,
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going.
Firmont. That's the...
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son. And with Mom, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally
So, you two must be the world-famous traveler and her companion, Paimon.
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the inter...
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navia's come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head... Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then.
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong with... Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all.
I wouldn't be so sure about that,
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have. Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm it.
Oh, Monica. I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Unbelievable! I won't...
Wait, so now she's...
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep...
Wait, she looks like... Is that a Escoffier?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your...
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
But, please.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making— If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until—
That's some backwards.
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's...
Oh, well, it's
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way?
I mean, Escoffier was strict. We all knew that it came from a good place. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own, that banquet was a huge event. And so many staff were involved every.
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitwell. Apparently—
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste bud.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the added—
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably but you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see, and now look at you.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Bois.
Oh, the Fleuve Sandra, you say?
Monica, I'm very happy with my current. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head—
If only I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? So, you do remember— Escoffier?
What happened to you, Savannah?
What? You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how— You're not the boss here anymore.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her
My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw— Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills? Or are you still
That's not—
What happened to not storming?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to.
Huh? Fanasium?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between chefs at the
The traditional way? That can only mean one thing.
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Bois, Modeste, and the cooking contest would
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But and indeed, the
Reintroduction?
What say you, Escoffier?
Sure, I
see no
Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the codex to—
What? The Codex de...
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secrets. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world.
Present and former.
What do you want that old thing for?
Don't take me for a fool. I want your—
I'm sorry,
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me?
ça va?
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue. And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bois, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier?
You sound surprised. All right then, let's see how much— I hope you surprise me,
Believe me, I'll show—
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Sandra so I can get prepping. Well,
Huh?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed.
that's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay. That's.
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modest's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Zavelli explored far and wide. For instance, legend has it that the original, so rare was the ingredient that they could. Modeste and Zavelli went on to found the especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before.
What? No, of course not. Anyway, never mind centuries. And that was it. The end of the hotel. Even then, it still took numerous
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then?
Yes, well, that's the.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now is.
Wait, really?
It did, but like I said, so reimagine. As for why we gave it the same.
Oh! Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the
Hey now, it might not be the original gâteau. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're
Anyway, before I left my role as head.
So could it be symbolic?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier, maybe from her point of.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first.
What?
Who knows? We could speculate forever. It means vesting her in this bake-off. And however much she's changed since we worked together, I believe.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Bourg is very complicated to make. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior.
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons, even if it means competing against the Traveler.
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The different... Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruit.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract a kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. I've never used anything this weird before. Cool!
And done. These are the flavor compounds extract...
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated.
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin... I'll demonstrate again. Now. Slowly and carefully. Not... And voila! Now it's your turn. not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But the traveler's work was surprisingly good. That goes without saying. Still, Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the whole. That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice. How's it going? Have you picked it? How's it going? Have you? Look at that! With the great.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or
6 points.
What?
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this by that logic. I suppose you think listening to Lady.
Aww.
Me next! I'll have you know that this batch of macaroni.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured.
Aw.
Now to the final dish.
So,
This is our last
8 points.
darn. That's
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of...
How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell... I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish.
Hey, you made that last part.
Well, it looks like I lost fair.
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining.
Chef Escoffier,
Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest.
And do you think...
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to...
Yeah.
The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent
Firma, have...
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I...
Do it again! Again! Again!
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then I will...
Dad, talk to me.
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on... But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If...
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless.
She sounds like the worst.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it.
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it.
Either straighten yourself up.
So now, it seems like just
Oh, man.
the more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Fiamma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That's...
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, maybe Savannah was right.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds... I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach...
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think even if I had to go it alone, I would...
Oh, well, Paimon and Navia will...
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can all...
Actually, I thought maybe
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm...
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our...
Great! Then it's Spina sponsored?
Oh, well. Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something... But I can't find anything. It's just the copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own... Yeah, maybe. Still, if we were... At least she was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few... Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the... well, I mean... And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is... I wonder if this is how Modeste... Yes, with his good... The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, people started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship everything came to an abrupt and that was it. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow, then. You better bring your A game.
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hôtel de Bord and to the...
Savannah, I brought the original.
Monica?
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double blind. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates. Only to...
As one of the judges, I promise to...
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought...
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspard, get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
That should be enough flavoring.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, traveler!
Yeah! Cha! Yeah! Za! A little amuse-bouche! Cha! Yeah! Ha!
The balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
So, what do you think?
Cha! Yeah! Za! Ha!
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough! Ugh, useless. Both of you, make like an egg and beat it! I'll do it myself.
Wow! Is so...
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. That was perfect! We were like a flock of snowing geese, completely in sync, working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team!
Time's up! Contestants, please!
We both made the same dish after all. For all.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of only because there's something about the flavor of the.
Huh? Really?
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a
How exciting!
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too.
It appears the decision is unanimous.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close.
Something's not right here.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won!
What? It's Savannah?
No!
Hey, Savannah, you cheated! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the...
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to... It was Van Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. Isn't it more likely that a Scoffy...
You take the...
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough! What, as head chef, or rather as team lead, I take Savannah. I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me.
I don't know what...
If you want the Codex de Boer that much...
Scofier, no.
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is... but only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much...
Fine. I'll treat this as your final hand. So, will that be all, ex-head chef?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need...
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is... a souvenir of your...
It's all right. It was just a bake-off. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Fear. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just...
No. No! This does...
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing? I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us,
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques.
But why?
our best guess is
And even so, that's no.
Yeah, and it's definitely no
About that.
Leone and Algalia.
Not to worry.
Well, how is it?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate.
is it really that bad?
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plate. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was for. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would.
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. Whatever's going on with you, just...
I was the.
Food safety. Wait,
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement, but I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea, but the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with.
This is crazy. So Savannah
I know, it's terrible. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now... So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or... Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take... You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original
I have my suspicion.
What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our
now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest, but the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would know.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah... So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear...
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier, but after countless setbacks, and at some point along the way, she switched from
doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to discover that seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If she might not be on the same level as Escoffier.
You'd think so, but
New head chef, you say? What's her name?
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without a...
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then... Hey, did you hear me? Once...
All this time, I've been
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have...
In that case, I'll go and update for Mom.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas of, but what those poets don't know is that once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that... I guess what I'm saying, cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredient, of course some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and I'd have no reason to expect so much from others. Oh, and come tomorrow, I'll give her this.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with, check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facility.
Coffee. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep.
I think I figured out where the problem...
Wait, what investigation?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. Yes, except my...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing, only to find an empty house. I left Alphonse and the others to... If she's not here...
Boss, Escoffier!
Alphonse? You're supposed to...
We were, but then, just after you left...
Oh.
Wait a second. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Yeah, but... I don't understand.
The Codex de Bord? Then, this place marked in red...
Seriously? So now she's...
Ugh, idiot. Does she...
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter. Does...
Retrieve the codex by... So the cooking contest and the cheating.
She's...
Ugh, this is awesome. First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan.
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Whoa, this place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients.
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well,
Good point.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke in.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? See, this is why you should always bring snacks, you know?
There is no time for that. Romaritime Flowers and Lumitoile will have.
Wait, where's.
A little amuse-bouche. Yeah.
Beasts or not, are we
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back.
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
turned back again. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water.
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunnel... Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I...
Don't be so self-righteous. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way... So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. That she deliberately... First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli, and he offered Modeste his friendship. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found... So you see, you're no better.
I am no Savelli, nor will I...
Oh, put a lid on it. You didn't show any remorse when she left, or...
You're right. I don't deserve her.
Ooh, fight.
I somehow doubt that.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You... Oh, you're too much. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no point.
No.
Revenge is a dish. You're a lousy chef.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good... You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you...
You can't!
Stay back if you want her... Escoffier and the Traveler.
Monica, what
a recipe! Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius. The genius...
Are you serious? You're...
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. He and Savelli were fools. A priceless... We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the sense. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that...
Will you listen to your...
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this trip.
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky.
Uh-oh. Savannah's going to...
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's...
That's true. Even if she finds...
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. It seems to really like the texture of Rome Maritime flowers.
Take flight!
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Grimoire.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. You really
trust our adventurers' instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her...
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm...
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, up above, the treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. He was praised as a genius. Modeste tried his best to our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face, how about we go on one more? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the...
I always thought it was just a legend.
In that case, what does that say about the death?
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced, being the perfectionist that he was. But as he baked and taste tested over, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste, the finest culinary talent of his generation, now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything...
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. Did he hope I would gain some personal... But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be... What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in I cannot let... I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure...
The treasure of Remoria. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Oh, it's...
Monica? Oh, we were sick.
Escoffier?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore, and so he came here after his friend's death and
This can't be happening! All that!
Monica, don't do anything stupid! This ruin is...
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise me. You
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat. Let's...
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're...
When did you... I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Venejem! What are you...
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the rest?
We had to do something.
I don't... It was my fault. Escoffier had to leave. Then come back, Escoffier.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just...
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my...
Forget it. It doesn't matter. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left, and Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that at the end of the day, we're all human, and we all...
No,
Well, about that,
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firmal? I'm so sorry, but... I'm too late.
Actually, I think I'm...
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came... And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of... A small dose might simply make a person more emotional.
No wonder.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are... Well, that's what happens when you give someone...
There's more.
You mean...
Oh, so that...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize.
I will. I'm sorry. Is it just...
It's because the heating element...
What?
Huh?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course,
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the... It all comes back.
Oh, cut it out! Do you know how long I spent perfecting my gâteau de bois? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know. And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts. You clearly have no idea. Genius or not. You're only a... Surely you haven't...
That's our head chef.
Haha! Sounds...
what a
So you got your mojo back?
Yeah. Thanks to you.
friends again! So
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was most...
Right. And also... Does it have...
No excuses. This is a cooking contest, so grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is...
Hey! So,
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it, digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
the results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, look at that!
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more? I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw, I don't think any of it sank in. I had 2 reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore.
So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you taste the difference?
What? Paimon didn't notice at all.
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact constellation of elements that gave their work its signature taste. And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore the endless possibilities out there.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research, make sure it doesn't contain any harmful substances. In the meantime, take this. It's a...
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanish...
You know, Paimon's still... Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all... She practically dedicated her life...
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste... The so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extract...
Huh? So then...
Don't forget, it was a very different... And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins but worthless junk. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey!
Huh? Navia?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be worth an absolute fortune.
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something.